RSL Insider presented by AT&T. I'm your host, Brian Dunseth. Real Salt Lake back at training here at Rio Tinto Stadium, coming off this weekend's 2-0 loss in Columbus. We had the opportunity to catch up with head coach Jason Kreis, Nat Borchers, and captain Kyle Beckerman, who's returning from a one-game suspension.
We put a lot of emphasis on not allowing a goal. That was our whole objective when we went there, was to try to get back to defending extremely well. Defending as a unit, being very focused on defending dead balls, those things. So from that point of view, we failed. We allowed an early goal. Again, another, I think, a little bit of a miscommunication between our two center backs. And then somebody didn't run with their man in the box very well. And then we allow a second goal right before halftime on a corner kick. So we feel a little bit aggrieved by that, but we also know that it was an extremely difficult circumstance that we were placed under with the weather there and no air conditioning, no power for 28 hours before the match. So I think we give the guys a little bit of a pass there and challenge them to do better tomorrow night and to get back on the winning ways.
Not a whole lot of good things to take out of Columbus. I don't think we did many good things in that game. We went there with the expectation of getting shut out. We gave up 2 goals in the first half, and you just can't do that on the road. But I think after the game we came together as a group, and we talked about things moving forward, and I think we're stronger now.
The attention now turns towards the Seattle Sounders, coming off a 2-2 last-minute draw in New England. The team's in the midst of an 8-game winless streak, and that started back when Real Salt Lake won 1-0 in Seattle back on May 12th.
Right off the bat, without even talking, we just know they're a tough game. Every time we play them, it has a lot on the line with 6 points going either way. We've tended to got a little advantage at their place, then they come here and beat us here and take that streak away. So it's kind of building into a nice little rivalry between both teams, and we don't think anything different for tomorrow.
It's going to be a tough matchup. Eddie and Freddie are very tough players to match up against. I like their dynamic, in terms of Eddie pushing his pace up top and Freddie coming and checking to the ball. I think it's a very dangerous combination. So we're going to have to make sure we're, in better positions than we have been in the last games we've played. We've given up too many goals. We pride ourselves on defense here at Real Salt Lake, and we have to get better.
We know that Seattle's presented us problems, a lot of problems. It's been a very, very difficult opponent for us. Last year, I believe they won here. It was one of the very few teams that was able to do that. So it's an opponent that you've got to be very wary of. A few players that you've mentioned. Even when you have the ball, you've got to be looking around and sorting out exactly where those guys are. Eddie Johnson right now is on a particular high note, so he's somebody that we're going to have to be very, very keyed in for. And then we need to be focused on ourselves and doing better at home. Our last 2 matches here haven't been so great. Even though the performances were quite good and the chances were created and all the things were being done, at the end of the day, all of the 90 minutes is necessary to win a match here, and that's what we're going to attempt to do tomorrow night.